Is it an oil filter? Is it an air filter?
Alright, I'm going to do the thing.
Have you ever heard the song Hey Man, Nice Shot?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's by Filter. The band is called Filter. And I always find that hilarious for some reason.
I guess so. Anyway.
Why Filter?
Alright, so here we go. Oh wait, hold on. I need to get a noise print. Okay, shit.
Uh-oh.
Alright. What I want you to do, right?
Silence.
Silence. Just complete silence. Alright. Alright.
Oh no, I breathed.
Okay. So here we go.
Okay. Here we are.
Hello, guys. Welcome back to Nerd News with your host, Major Munchies, and
Just a host. One host. I'm not here.
Shut up.
Okay, I'm not even here.
Let me do the things.
You're talking to nobody right now.
Okay, so welcome back to with your host, Major Munchies. I'm talking about Binding of Isaac today, among other things. Just me. Apparently, I'm the only one here. So
I'm your subconscious.
All right, well, subconscious. Guess what? Binding of Isaac is coming to Nintendo platforms and Xbox One.
That's exciting.
Yeah. I know. I cannot wait for it to be on the DS. That's going to be amazing.
Kyle will never do anything else but play his new 3DS.
Yep, I'm going to quit YouTube. I'm going to sit in the corner all day and play Binding of Isaac.
Which we will get to later in this episode.
Anyway,
teaser.
Yeah, so that's awesome because like this is the perfect game for like a DS. Like it's roguelike, you can do it real quick. You don't have it doesn't take like
you can play for 5 minutes or like 7 hours if you're that dedicated.
Yeah, and then if it's like the PC, you can just exit game and then come back to it. I mean, it's a roguelike. Usually like it takes about 30 minutes for you to go through and do all the stages in it. And then I don't know, it's just perfect, and I just can't wait for it. And I've been waiting for a reason other than Pokemon to buy a DS, and I think I found it.
Now you have one.
Yes.
One more reason.
Another reason is because Smash Bros is on there, and Nintendo wants us to vote on the next Smash Bros.
Exactly.
That's
kind of interesting. You get to vote on which characters might get in the game next game, maybe.
Yeah,
and that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. Apparently the site for which you can vote asks you what gender you are, which character you're voting for, and the title of the game that the character appears in, also why the character should become a fighter. And I definitely have some ideas. I can recall a few conversations that me and my friends have had about characters we want in Smash Bros.
So Kyle's gonna have like 6 different submissions.
Yep.
By like a different email or something.
6 per character.
Yeah.
More of a chance.
Kyle will be putting in like 1 million of them. He'll be staying up all night just trying to get Sonic in there. Do they have Sonic? They might already have him.
Yeah, they have Sonic. They definitely have Sonic. They could get Tails in there, though.
Oh, yeah.
That would be cool.
Well, like, there's some obscure character that nobody cares about.
What's his face? I had a good one that I wanted in there. I can't remember his face. I remember his face. I can't remember his name. He's like a raccoon. He's like he's a thief raccoon. What is his name?
Sly Cooper?
Yes, Sly Cooper.
Nintendo.
I want him in there though, because that would be awesome.
Sly Cooper would be kind of cool. I agree.
And they've had non-Nintendo characters in there.
They have had some.
Yeah.
Well, they should have Conker from Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Anyway.
I want Banjo-Kazooie.
Have both of them. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god, that would
Oh,
be
goodness.
amazing.
And you could like walk on Kazooie like you do in the game.
That would be great. Oh my gosh.
That would be amazing.
Childhood. Speaking of children,
I can't mimic it, but it's amazing when you
yeah.
yeah.
Speaking of children, this War of Mine, players helped 350 war refugee children, apparently.
Now I don't know how this works, so you're gonna have to tell us all about this.
Okay, basically, it seems like there's a corporation called War Child, and there. Well, first off, let me say there's a DLC for this War of Mine called War Child Charity DLC, and I'm guessing that the organization is War Child, but they help people in Iraq and Jordan to protect and support Syrian refugee children. Apparently, according to this article, that's paraphrased, whatnot.
Okay.
And apparently, when you buy the DLC, it goes towards that
Towards a
charity.
charity. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And there's three different options. You can either pay
Yeah.
$1 or $10 or $20.
Yeah, and
Depending on how charitable.
all of the money goes straight to the charity too.
That's interesting that they didn't take any proceeds from that.
Yeah, it's a apparent 41.1% apparently is $99 or 99 cents. Sorry, 28% is $10 and 30.9% is $20. Apparently,
Those are breakdowns of how it's, people have spent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. Dave.
I imagine.
Yeah. That's awesome though. That
a lot of them are $20. Yeah.
When gamers come together, we can do good things.
And we can also do terrible things.
Hashtag Gamergate.
Hashtag Gamergate.
Hashtag Gamergate. I'm not on the side of any of them. Just
that a gate
out there? Just making jokes.
Hashtag Smash Brothers Gate.
Yeah. Hashtag your face gate.
Hashtag Poop Gate.
Hashtag Bloodborne trying to be more poetic gate.
Oh,
transition.
Amazing transition.
Apparently, yep, we're switching off that. One writer is trying to make Bloodborne a little more poetic.
Yeah, this is interesting. There's a girl who plays the game. Her name's Natalie Zed. She's an author, and since you can leave behind notes in the game for other people to read, she wanted to make them a little more poetic and fancy.
Yeah, here's some of the poetic stuff that she's left, apparently. Have mercy, keeper, or have an audience with wrath.
If you don't have mercy, then you'll meet wrath.
No, an audience
with
wrath.
Wrath.
Reeks of light, but it is all thanks to false god.
Oh.
Is this poetry? Is this what poetry is?
Poetry is kind of like a loosely defined thing.
Yeah,
This is definitely poetry. It's just short because you can only do like one line.
Poetry just seems like whatever you want it to be.
It is. It's like art. What is art? Like whatever you want it to be.
Paintings.
Completely subjective.
But nothing but light comes here, and the sky and the cosmos are one.
Nothing but light comes here.
See, if I had played Bloodborne, this might be a little bit cooler because I might know what she's talking about. But I have yet to play Bloodborne.
Most of the notes are probably just like poop butt. You can't even put poop butt. You have to pick certain words that they have. That makes it super limiting. That's the biggest problem here.
I just thought it would be cool to like talk about this because I always like when gamers get creative with games. Like that's why I like mods so much.
Oh yeah,
they add
Minecraft. How you can just build whatever you want. You can get really creative in that.
Yeah, that's definitely the appeal to that game for a lot of people, I think.
But yeah, and also that she's making the world a little less dirty and dingy, I guess.
Well,
Adding a little art to it.
yeah. Searching for a transition.
We don't always need a transition.
Yes, we do. We need segues.
Well, here it is. Transition.
NASA tests flying saucer.
Yeah, that was perfect.
So we're getting flying saucers, people. Let's all get in it and reenact Mario Kart with flying saucers in space. That would be amazing.
Okay, yeah. Did Mario Kart have flying saucers?
No, but we could play Mario Kart in space in flying saucers.
While we're in the flying saucer. The flying saucer really is meant for landing, though. It's not. It's not meant for flying in space.
Shut your face. It's meant for whatever we want it to be meant for.
Okay. All right. Yep.
All right. No, but
the low density supersonic decelerator, or LDSL.
That sounds like a drug. Just saying.
I know.
But yeah, it is a cargo landing technology, and it might make a trip to Mars a little easier. And sending supplies.
Getting back from space, back to Earth. Yeah, it's meant to inflate when it's entering the atmosphere or somewhere around there, and it slows down. And because it has a lot of surface area, it creates drag with the air, and it's meant to slow down much quicker than like the normal space. Whatever it is they use. Apparently, they're testing it out in Hawaii. Like tomorrow, they're showing a demonstration. They're not actually going to be launching it and testing it in space yet, but
yeah,
it's pretty cool, and it could shape the future of space landings.
I mean, it looks awesome. I love the way it looks.
It's a sensational title, the flying saucer.
Yeah. I feel like they're just making a saucer just because it's a saucer. Like,
yeah, it kind of looks like a flying saucer.
I feel like there might be a better way to make it. They're just like, you know what? No, we need to make a flying saucer.
No, it's better to make it like disc shape or like as big as they can, so it will make more drag.
Well, it does have it's a tabletop spin test. That sounds fun.
That's what they're doing in Hawaii.
That sounds fun. It's like Inception then. Inception.
Yeah, I know.
Flying saucer.
Stop? Yeah. Or is it gonna keep going? I don't know. I like
what
the
else?
ambiguous ending of Inception.
Yeah. You know what else keeps going?
Going and Energizer?
Yes.
Going.
For some reason, when you said Energizer, I just thought we'll pick you up. I know that's not Energizer, but
they should.
Yeah, come on, Energizer.
They should definitely do that.
Step up your game. But brain scans can now detect if you're in love.
Okay.
We gotta go get our brain scan.
Are we in love? I don't know. Let's go get a brain scan and then we can find out.
Yeah. Like that's a precursor to getting married. You gotta make sure to get your marriage license now. You gotta get your brain scanned. Yeah.
It's a weird thing about love, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know if they'll ever. I don't know. I guess it's possible for them to find that out.
I mean, this is one kind of love. This is a chemical thing that happens in your brain with hormones. It's not. I mean, it's kind of a part of love, but it's not really all of it.
Yeah.
So a lot of love has to do with like choosing to be with somebody, even if you don't feel like all happy.
Oh, that was sad.
Anyway,
after apparently they scanned the brains of 100 students, a third of whom were in love with someone, and then they managed to find some of the changes in activity of those two people, or of those 100 people. Some the ones that were in love are different from the ones that weren't in love, and they said it increased activity in the reward circuitry and or I mean not and as opposed to people who like weren't in love. I just butchered that. I had a thing for that, but never mind.
You can start over. You can start over.
Basically what happened was they scanned 100 people, third of them were in love, the rest weren't. And then the people that were in love, they showed different activities than, or brain activity than the people who weren't in love. Like the people that were in love showed more activity in like the part of the brain that your reward circuitry.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's
boom.
it's interesting, isn't it?
I cannot English today either.
What is love? Apparently, it's
hurt me.
it's just science.
Yep, it's science.
No,
Bitch.
I disagree with that.
You say
But
avocado?
It is part of
Old
it,
El
and it's
Paso
cool.
says zesty chicken and avocado tacos in our.
Apparently they used a resting state fMRI to see the brain activity of all the like 100 people, and made sure they weren't thinking about anything so that they could get a overall
Think about nothing.
yes, just think about
Nothing.
Can
That's not
you
your
do
fault.
that? I cannot
No.
do that.
Nobody
Like,
can. It's
unless
not
I'm
possible.
asleep. But even when you're asleep, I guess you're thinking about your dream, I guess. I don't know.
You can never not be thinking unless you're dead.
Yeah.
Maybe they were telling us to think about like square blocks or something. Just think about square blocks. That's real interesting.
Yeah, but this article, it also brings up a good point, like what is love? Like what we were talking about earlier with art and all that, like what actually is love, you know?
It's kind of a bunch of things, and it's
Yeah.
subjective to the different people, you know?
It means different things to different people, so can you really scan that and find out if someone's in love?
You can tell if there's a
would
bunch
say-
of like chemical crap going on in the brain, yeah.
Well, maybe they just really like their pizza or something.
Yeah, maybe
I mean, they're
maybe
in
they
love.
weren't in love. It's like a false positive, and he's like, "Oh, I was just thinking about pizza.
Yeah.
I'm really hungry right now."
Dude, I just made like the best food in the world.
No, you didn't. Lies.
Yes, I did. But
You're in love.
yeah, obviously, because scans. Uh-oh. So, guess what else happened this week?
Things. I should probably know, but I don't.
Well, humans found out that older humans were alive more old than
Because they found out that the pre-existing notion of when
my brain just broke down.
the human race started
shit.
is actually like earlier than when they thought.
That
So
detergent was like half the price.
What just
humans have
happened?
probably been around longer, according to this jawbone that they found.
Yeah, that's cool. That's crazy though, that there's still things on this earth that we don't know about. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
there's so
to me.
much in the ocean, man. We don't know
Yeah,
most of it.
we've explored more of space than we have of our ocean.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
I mean, there's still places that are on our Earth, on surface, that have been like that haven't been discovered. Like that.
It's pretty much all been mapped and all been like seen by a satellite, but there may have been like caves and stuff.
Yeah, there's places we haven't been on this earth, like at all, like on the surface. Like
Yeah,
we can
maybe
see
people
them
have
because
been,
of
yeah.
we can see them because of satellite, but we haven't gone there.
Like in Antarctica, probably,
Yeah, satellites can only see
Pole.
so much. I mean, if it's like in a forest, you never know what's out there. That's why I
Bigfoot.
believe in the possibility, yeah, of Bigfoot and stuff like that. Although I think all those like TV shows and stuff, I think they're all
Finding
crap.
Bigfoot. Oh, we will.
I think they're all crap. I think
I
they're
love
all
how
just
confident
fake.
they are.
Yeah.
The amount of forests that there are in the U.S. though, have just like never been explored, and that possible that there are things that we don't know about. But Bigfoot, probably not.
Well, I mean, I'm open to the possibility of there being Bigfoot. I don't think there's one out there though. Like, you know,
I'm
like,
not gonna say no way. There's no Bigfoot.
yeah,
I'm just gonna say that probably not.
yeah. I'm just gonna say, in my opinion, there isn't one because there's no facts really. Because honestly, all the pictures and stuff you see, especially in this age,
I know.
it's you got to take everything with a grain of salt, and there's a trust factor there of whether you can trust that the person isn't lying.
There's
And then-
more evidence that there isn't a Bigfoot than there's evidence that there is. You know.
Yeah. Well, see, the thing is that the common argument I hear is that well, if there's no Bigfoot, why are all these people coming forward and talking about sightings? I'm like, because there's all these freaking TV shows about people finding Bigfoot.
Well, it's because people lie.
They
Like,
want
you know, the Salem witch project, the Salem witch things, you know, the trials.
yeah.
Somebody started it as like it was a little girl, I think, and everybody like believed her because why would she lie? You know,
It's just people like to be famous. They like to be talked about. They like attention, and what better way to get attention than to
oh, Bigfoot has become like a big way, like all the TV shows and stuff
yeah.
now. Just like get attention, feel better about yourself.
Well, I don't know about
I
that,
feel like
but
some of them don't even believe it
His
themselves.
fortune cookies simply
just
made
like
them.
to make a show.
Congratulations.
all I know is that I have not seen any definitive proof. I've seen pictures and stuff. I've seen photos, but they can be faked. I've never
For sure.
seen beyond the doubt believable truth that there is a Bigfoot out there. So I'll continue to not believe.
What is Bigfoot, like a vampire? You can't take a picture of him.
Yeah. Or you can, it just looks really fake.
Yeah, it just turns out to look like plastic.
I think the obvious conclusion that everyone's come to is that Bigfoot is just the master at hide and seek.
Oh yeah, man,
Like,
he's good. He played
back-
a lot as a child.
Back when like dinosaurs were a thing, he was playing with the T-Rex, right? And the T-Rex was like, "All right, let's play hide and seek," right? So he went into these caves, right? Bigfoot.
Yeah, he
And
took
then-
it seriously.
And then meteors came down and destroyed dinosaurs,
Yeah,
and Bigfoot's just been hiding ever since.
he's still playing hide and seek. He's waiting for the dinosaurs to catch him.
he's like sitting in the forest like, bitch ain't ever catching me.
It's like, man, it's been like 300 million years. When's it gonna find me? I'm just waiting now.
Yeah. He's like counting. He's like cutting like stripes or stripes
he's
onto a tree. Like,
Yeah, tallying the tree up. Like, oh man, I'm running out of trees.
I'm still winning.
We're gonna find like a forest just full of marks
Yeah.
all over the trees. I love how this discussion of age of humans turned into Bigfoot.
Bigfoot. Yeah. Well, hey. Go where it takes us.
I just love those Bigfoot calls.
Yeah. Oh,
There's a bunch of different ones.
I love Coast to Coast. Hearing people go on there and talk about Bigfoot.
Coast
That's
to
the
Coast is
best.
the most entertaining thing.
Coast to Coast is like the best entertainment possible.
It's just great to laugh at.
The funniest part of Coast to Coast is that people believe the stuff. And I'm not trying to rag on them or whatever, but some of the stuff is like okay, you might want to go get checked out. Make sure there's no schizophrenia happening there.
We're just so weird as people. Like,
Yeah.
we just love to make things up, and sometimes we could be right and just seem like we're totally wrong.
Yeah, well, there is probably a Bigfoot out there, and one day they're gonna get found out.
Yeah, and then all the people who started finding Bigfoot will just rejoice.
Well, it's like they have there's this really, really funny show on Destination America, right? It's called Mountain Men or something like that. Mountain Monsters or something like that. If you have on demand, go look at Destination America. I'm sure you'll find it. But it's the same channel that Survivor Man is on.
Yeah, I don't have any cable.
Oh, well, basically, it's a hilarious show, but it's scripted to all hell. And like every episode, like there's a team of, they're all rednecks. They're these fat redneck like people. There's like 2 non-fat guys there, but most of them are fat. I'm not saying anything. I'm fat too, but
they're just beautiful people.
Yeah, they're beautiful people. But
what do they do?
They go and look for monsters, basically. And this season that they're on is all about Bigfoot.
Oh, cool.
And literally, though, if you watch their series, every single episode is like, all right, so we got a call in or something that's posted on our
Somebody
website.
told us there was a sighting.
Yeah, okay. So they go there, they talk to a person that like isn't around there or that called them in or something like that. Then they go out at night. They make a shit ton of noise, like what you wouldn't do if you were hunting. You'd be quiet as a mouse.
Yeah, they're just trying to scare it away, whatever it is.
They're like walking through the forest, like, let's get this son of a bitch. Like, whoa, let's go. Like, if you're here, run. They also have the 2 skinny guys start working on a trap. They always make a trap that's completely irrelevant, that will not catch the thing, and if it does, will be broken apart.
Let's make a trap out of twigs and sticks and gum.
Yeah, so they go out at night, make a bunch of noise, they act like idiots, they always hear something. One of them always sees the thing, but they never catch it on camera. Yeah. So then the next day they go and they meet another person who just always has a photo of the thing. Like, that person always has like a photo or a video that they can show.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then the funniest part was that one of the episodes, the guy brought an SD card and he put it, the other guy put it straight. He took out his phone, put the SD card in his phone, and just like showed the phone to other people. Like, do you not know how technology works?
Yeah, just like immediately.
You gotta turn that phone off. Yeah, you gotta turn that phone off. You gotta take the backing off. You gotta put the SD card in. You gotta put the phone back on. You have to wait for it to boot up. Then you have to go to your gallery. Then you have to find the photo. And then you can show it.
You do have to search for it.
Most people, or most things, you have to turn it off because...
Not for an SD card. It'll install it or read it.
No, but every phone that I've had, you'd have to take out the battery to put the SD card in.
Oh, no.
And take the other one out.
My phone.
Well, God, your phone's
anyway.
special. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, it's just like, it's the same formula every episode. But what I'm getting at is they showed a grave site, a supposed grave site of Bigfoots. Like, there was like probably 8 gravestones there.
Who's leaving these stones? Are the other Bigfoot?
Apparently, because one of the guys kneeled down and started digging with his hands, which, I mean, is stupid as fuck. If that's a gravesite, you're not gonna find it digging with your hands.
Who knows how deep Bigfoot bury their people? You know?
I mean, if they don't bury them deep, they're going to get washed up, and those grave sites wouldn't be there.
Yeah, really. But
so
maybe they're fresh.
Either they're not buried deep, and they were fresh, like they just died, or it's fake. Because if they didn't bury them deep enough, water would carry the soil and probably uncover at least one of the Bigfoot.
I think there's a pretty good reason why we dig people like 6 feet or so.
Yeah, that's why. It's so that our like when it rains and stuff, it won't wash away the soil and our bodies won't show up. Well,
Oh, look, a coffin.
coffins, yeah. Just you go to a graveyard, there's just a bunch of coffins. Like that would be creepier.
The graveyard, usually you bury them.
I think that would be a creepier graveyard than
Oh,
a regular one.
But you don't have to see any like coffins or anything in a graveyard.
Yeah. Anyway, they had this infrared camera right at the gravesite. So one guy kneeled down, started digging, and they heard like it was a whisper, or I mean it was a whistle.
Oh no!
Because apparently this Bigfoot can whistle, and like apparently there was like 5 Bigfoots in the forest that they saw in the infrared.
He was calling more Bigfoots to like attack.
Yeah, because they were like at their gravesite.
Yeah, man.
But then at the end of the episode, there's a voiceover, and it's the main guy, and it says like 3 weeks later or something like that, or like 2 months later or something, some time skip, and he's like, "We started this journey to set out to find the truth that Bigfoot is real, and today I found it." And it showed him like digging. He like dug like maybe another inch into the ground, and I don't even think it was where the other guy started digging. Even if it was, that hole probably wouldn't even be there.
It's another set.
Yeah, it was like he started digging, like he dug like an inch into the ground, and he was like, "Son of a bitch." It just went off, and I was like, yeah, he definitely found something. Bullshit.
Yeah. Oh man. That is the best show ever.
Yeah, we have to watch that sometime. We'll have to sit down and watch it because
I would watch.
It's hilarious. It honestly is. It's hilarious on 2 fronts. The fact that it's so badly scripted that it's funny, and the fact that the people are actually just funny in it. It's good entertainment, but it's not true whatsoever. I refuse to believe it's true.
Found Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet 99% of those shows are just scripted.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Either way, they're good entertainment.
Yeah. So you know what would help us find Bigfoot though?
Moving on.
Night vision in our eyeballs.
Exactly.
Which we can do now, apparently.
Man has night vision injected into his eyeballs.
Yep. Straight off the headline. Apparently, these guys figured out a way to inject our eyeballs with night vision. And one of them was able to see 50 meters or 164 feet in the dark, apparently.
It's fancy. So they use a chlorine E6. Chlorine E6 is some kind of chemical. And they injected into his eye. His eye turned like all black. It's super creepy if you see a picture of it. But his like all of the eye, not just the pupil, is like all black. And it's crazy. And he was, after like 2 hours, he was able to see. Let's see, what does it say? In one test, he had to indicate where people were located in a grove of trees 50 meters away.
Yeah.
Using a laser pointer. He got it right every time, even when the subjects were standing up against a tree or shrub. So 50 meters away in the dark, he was able to see people standing up against trees.
Yeah, that is awesome. If they could find a way to make it last like long, that would be...
The next morning it was gone, and he seems to be fine and not have any side effects.
Yeah, which like oh my god, could you imagine if it turned like your eyes permanently night vision?
Oh, that would suck, because during the day you would be blind.
Yeah. You just wouldn't, like, you'd have to close your eyes basically all day.
You'd have to be a vampire or something.
Daredevil. Oh my gosh, you'd be Daredevil during the day.
Can Daredevil see?
No,
No,
no.
he can't see at all. I knew that.
Yeah, he can't.
I never
Just
seen
during
the
the
show.
day, he'd be Daredevil.
During the day, you just have to wear a blindfold.
Did you say I'd never seen the show?
I've never seen the movie or the comic.
Oh, okay. I was like,
I've never actually seen the comic.
show's not out yet. Show's coming April 15th, I think.
Yeah, okay. I just haven't seen anything about it at all.
Yeah.
I've heard about it.
I can't wait for it.
Apparently,
Awesome.
chlorine E6 is found in certain underwater fish.
Yeah.
It's fancy.
Yeah, I think it's cool. It turns your eyes all black.
It's not cool. It
That'd be
looks like one of those creepy prison tattoos.
I don't. Where are you seeing that picture?
I saw it in a different thing. I think it was in Good
okay.
Mythical Morning. I'm pretty sure that's where I saw this before.
Well,
I can't pinpoint it though, but I have seen this.
I really want this to be a thing.
You can just make your own. It's
Apparently,
probably really complicated.
yeah. Let's go do it right now.
It's really dangerous, I'm sure. So
Yeah.
maybe later.
So, our last topic of today is something that I thought would be pretty funny to do, and Darian seemed to agree instantly. So this guy, Dr. Michael Oberschneider. Yes, he apparently made this little article
I
about
just want to tell you what
gaming.
I don't want to tell you guys what his book is called.
No.
He is the author of the children's book.
Yeah.
Turn that off and play with me. That explains everything. You don't need
Why
to know.
did his editor or whatever think like see that title and like perfect? Like,
That's it.
that one.
Ship it.
I wonder if they got like a couple of options like let's play video games, or like kids are video games are bad, or
Video
like
games are bad. Turn it off.
yeah, and then it's like that. And he saw that, it was like that one.
Turn it off and play with me.
Turn it off and play with me.
Anyway, you see a picture of him, and he looks like the kind of guy who would turn it off and play with himself.
Oh, maybe, but the article is 8 signs that your teen is gaming too much. And holy shit, it has opened my eyes. This is a problem.
I'm going to be honest. There's some good points here.
Okay, yes. All right, look. Gaming can be addictive. There is a lot of problems nowadays with kids getting addicted to video games. My brother is one of them.
Yep.
The thing is, though, is a lot of adults seem to just associate that with every gamer. Like everybody, it seems like every adult over the age of like 40, video games is just a horrible thing that like it's like crack.
Horrible. They're crack. They're the worst thing ever. I
So
feel
just
like
don't understand.
yeah, there's a lot of that. There's like they just don't understand. There's also a lot of valid points that I'll give them that.
Well, in this article, yes, there's a couple of valid points that are signs of gaming addiction and is bad, but a couple of them are perfectly fine in my opinion.
Yeah, we'll get to them. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let's see. I was gonna mention something here.
All right, so let's just go down the list for now. So
Yeah,
the first one
forgot.
is your teen socializes exclusively online during games, but rationalizes strongly that he has a social life and plenty of friends. So this is like the first thing that I read when I looked at this article, and I was like, holy shit.
That is me.
No, like we all socialize.
Oh yeah,
on
it's like that's
video
us.
games. That's us. That's our
talk
group. Oh
a
shit.
lot.
Although we're not tweens,
It's
like
definitely
most of us, but
this like invalidates any kind of online relationship or
yeah, that's the other problem I have with this whole annex on video games by adults. Because I mean, some adults are understanding, but most of them that I've like seen talk about gaming, you can tell they have no clue of what they're talking about.
Yeah, this assumes that like any online relationship is worthless and
Yeah.
and
Like, I mean,
waste of time.
yeah. I mean, my stepdad, he's a very, very smart person, but he falls victim to it too. He makes fun of my brother. I mean, honestly, yeah, he doesn't make fun. He pokes fun at the fact that my brother calls his online friends.
Yeah,
But I
like
can
you.
get-
But I've never met you, Kyle.
But
And
we're
we're friends.
But I could see where he could say that about my brother, because my brother takes it to a whole nother level and doesn't even talk to his real life friends.
Oh,
Stuff like
yeah,
that.
that's where like becomes a problem, right? When
Yeah.
it interferes with your real life and
And then the next
things actually done.
The next one is your teen grossly minimizes and distorts the amount of time he spends gaming. Okay, that one, I don't see a problem with that, because like, okay, yeah, they shouldn't be gaming that much. They probably shouldn't be gaming 10 to 15 hours a day, honestly. But
This happens all the time.
time flies when you're having fun. I mean, a lot of people with hobbies, they lose track of time when they're doing something that they enjoy doing.
This article assumes that gaming is just a complete waste of time and completely useless. And
Which there's been
disagree.
tons of studies that have shown, like, gamers having better reaction times, being able to make better life decisions, being better leaders, being able to make quick decisions decisively, stuff like that, because gaming teaches you that kind of thing, depending on the games that you play, at least.
Oh yeah, it negatively impacts the teen across the important areas of life: his social life, academic life, and home life. So these are the only important parts of life, apparently: social life, academic life, and home life. And social life doesn't count anything online, right? So that's just what they assume, and I just don't agree.
Yeah. Like, okay, so they have another one. This one I've actually seen in action. Your teen demonstrates irritability and even anger at times, especially when you interfere with his gaming. When that is a thing, yeah, that's a problem, because my brother has that thing. Like, he'll get told to, like, do dishes, and he'll, like, run down the stairs and, like, he'll, like, throw the dishes at water, and, like, slam them into, break the dishes, slam them. Yeah, he'll slam the dishes into the dishwasher, break like all of them, and then run back upstairs to play his video game.
Yeah, this is an interesting one because I've been there. Even if I wasn't addicted, I probably have been addicted to gaming.
Oh no, I have.
And
but I was also 13 and grew out of it.
Yeah, I know.
And
I
realized that there's
definitely
more
have grown out of
things.
it. I don't play games that much. I only play them with you guys, basically.
Yeah, we play them for YouTube now, basically. It's actually surprising, because most of the time that most of my free time went into playing games myself, and then switching to playing games for YouTube has been a whole nother experience. It limits the time that you play.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I don't play much games outside of recording nowadays. The ones that I do are games like Binding of Isaac that are like easy, and well, not easy, but like easy to stop playing. Like, you don't get involved in a story and anything, and they're quick, so I can usually at least play like one session. And I usually only do that when I'm exporting something or rendering something, rather.
But you don't spend all of your time playing the game. Anyway, I want to read this. Many parents tell me that their teens seemed much happier and was more engaged in activities before gaming took over. Okay. Did it really take over? This is the first question I have.
That's just a teen, honestly. Teens,
and a lot of teens, whether they're playing games or doing drugs, they'll change throughout their life.
Like, honestly, that's any teen.
And you grow out of things that you loved when you were a kid, right?
Yeah.
Like, I used to love trains like so much.
Really?
Now, I mean, I still like trains, but I don't I don't find such joy in them.
I have not. I've yet to grow out of things I really loved. Like, uh, I don't. I'm not a changer. I guess. Like my whole life, I've been the same person. I'm just good with that person.
You've never changed.
Honestly, if you
That's
talk to any of my friends,
interesting.
I have a friend who might actually be in my house right now. I would not even know just because he's allowed to just come in. I have
Yeah.
known him since I was literally a baby, and he can tell you himself that I've not changed over the years. I am just me.
And then it goes on to say, in addition to a teen's social life suffering, okay, social life, again, you can be social online and it can be just as valid.
Well, that's the thing. Nowadays, most people like that is social. Like getting on Facebook, Twitter, like that's your social life now. Not hanging out, going to the mall. Most of the people
Podcasts
nowadays, it's social networking.
I think it's important to have both. Like,
it
they're
is, but
both
that's
important, and that you nowadays it's like impossible to not have a social life online.
yeah. But nowadays, also, we're saying nowadays a lot, but nowadays,
Nowadays,
it's really switching over to the whole social networking thing and shying away from hanging out with friends.
that's
Just
a problem.
Based
I
off
agree.
of what I say, yeah, that's a problem.
and only because you don't do anything else, you know.
Yeah, and
You're
it's
just always on your phone. That's a problem. But if you're on your phone half the time, I don't think that's a problem.
yeah. But the other thing is, a lot of times when kids hang out nowadays, they're on their phones a lot. Like I see it every day. I'm still a kid, well, technically, but I see it all the time. They'll be hanging out, and it's just two of them sitting there on their phones. They might like say one thing.
Oh,
One of them will say
check out
something,
this
and
thing
then
on Reddit.
one of them will say something, and then the other, like 5 minutes later, will be like, "Oh, what did you say?" And then 5 minutes later, he's like, "Oh, check this thing out." And then another 5 minutes, like, "Oh, sorry, what did you say?"
It's just there's all kinds of interesting things that you can get out of that. But
Yeah.
let's not go into that any further right now. Athletics can also be an area that is compromised by excessive gaming. So
Yeah, maybe,
athletics
but
are the only thing that's important.
no. Well, I don't think that's what he's saying, but yeah, maybe athletics are being or gaming is being prioritized over athletics and all that. That's just because gaming is more like easy and fun for most people, and
Well,
who cares if they enjoy gaming more than that? More than
there's nothing wrong with athletics, but there's also nothing wrong with gaming
yeah.
instead. But people
still
can
need
take it too far.
Yeah, you can. I mean, that's the whole thing about this article is you have to make a line. And the people that cross the line are addicted, the people that aren't. But some of the
Yeah, and
stuff
then how do you define that line, and does
Yeah.
it change depending on the person? And it's just very vague.
who knows, maybe we're addicted to gaming and we're just rationalizing it.
Yep, we're just rationalizing it. I think we are a little bit, but I feel like rationalizing this is a good thing to talk about it, just to get it, to
See,
bring it out there.
That was actually my point before. I mean, I don't think I'm addicted to gaming at all, just because I don't game a lot. Like if anything, I'm addicted to YouTube because that takes up most of my time.
Yeah, right. So,
Most of my free time goes into the channel. Other than that, I mean, it's either seeing family. Sometimes I hang out with it's either seeing family, hang out with real life friends, YouTube, or my work and
yeah,
school life.
from an outside perspective, you are not addicted to video games.
And I don't think you are either.
No, I hardly play.
We're both fine. Now let's go do some crack.
I would love to go outside right now and like build a fire, and that would be great. But you know, I have no social life.
Oh.
Anyway,
Well, my thing is like, I love like camping and all that. Like you can do both, honestly. You can camp, you can go out and be athletic and all
I
that,
like people who
and
can like
still
make a divider and just this is time to be with someone else and not to be on your phone and
yeah.
then just not be with those people instead of being on your phone.
Yeah, it's hard for some people. I seem to think that I have got struck that balance, but who knows? It would be my friends that would be the most telling of that.
Yeah, it's just an important balance and like
Yeah.
being able to tell when's appropriate and when's not.
Basically, the whole point of this topic was to make fun of the fact that adults don't understand video games. That was my whole point. But we seem
we
to have
don't
gotten a little
understand it either.
deeper. Yeah. Yeah. Apparently not.
This is great. This is a great discussion though. And there's more.
But wait, there's
There's
more.
more. Your teen no longer participates in family activities because
What
that would
teen?
mean leaving his games.
What teen predicts or participates in family activities?
I know, really. This is more.
Nobody likes their family when they're in their teens.
I will put out the real problem here. It's the family's fault.
Yeah.
If a teen is not like engaged in things like family activities, it's usually almost always going to be the fault of the parents or siblings.
Well, I think it's more the fault of society, honestly. Not like, oh, society's so bad, but the fact that it changes rapidly and most adults don't change with it. They're stuck in their ways, just like we'll be stuck in our ways when we're adults. We'll still be
I hope not, Kyle. I hope not.
Still be rocking out the Gangnam Style and hating on Justin Bieber.
No,
while our kids are off exploring the galaxy.
No, I hope we can adapt a little more. We know we have so much more interconnectivity.
See, you think so, but down the line, well,
it doesn't always have to be that way.
Change.
Like you have your grandma who's really cool, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure she doesn't get everything, but she's still not like the other grandmas.
Actually, honestly, my grandma is probably the most technologically advanced adult that I've ever like known of.
Well, there you go. I mean, it doesn't have to be like.
There's always an exception, though. But the majority of adults right now are stuck in their old 80s ways.
Yeah, and that's. It doesn't have to be like that. I don't think that like. It's not like an inevitability.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But I think there's a good chance it might happen. Honestly, I mean,
there is a good chance. I'll give you that.
Yeah, when you grow up living a certain way, and then your whole life's that way, and then in the span of like 10 years, when you're 50, it completely changes. You know, it's hard to keep up with that.
Yeah, and
the only reason my grandma did, I think, is because she had us to help her and to push her to do it. Because if she didn't start gaming with us and all that, we would have been bored out of our minds probably at her house.
Yeah, like
she found a way to make it fun.
It takes a decision to try, you know. Yeah. It's not going to come as easily as it does for like kids.
Well, that's
now can pick up like an iPad at like 2 years old and they know how to use it.
Well, that's the thing, because we learn these things from an early age, and then we grow up with them. We know how to use them.
It's familiarity and it's the fear of change.
But when they were kids, they didn't have any of this. Like, they didn't have any of this technology whatsoever. And some of them didn't even have like TVs.
And that's why there's such a big gap right now. But I'm saying that the gap is gonna go away a little bit.
Maybe.
Like
I hope so. How
past generations always used to hate the music of their parents. Like
I don't know about that.
Back in the 80s, they hated music of their parents from like the 50s. But now, so many more kids enjoy music from any time. It's the thing it's becoming more universal.
We're breaking down social
breaking
boundaries,
down.
guys.
We're breaking down a lot of barriers.
We're building bridges.
I'm not gonna say it's gonna be perfect because it won't. There's gonna be a lot of people from my generation, maybe even me, who will be just stuck in my ways. You know.
We're gonna be 60 and we're gonna look back at these videos and you're gonna hear yourself and you're gonna be like, I'm going, guys. I'm leaving.
I'm out.
I'm gonna be technologically advanced. Yes, I messed up
But
that
it
word on
definitely takes
purpose.
more effort for an older person. You know.
Yeah.
It doesn't come as naturally.
All right,
That's
guys.
why parents, if they were to get into games with their kids or any kind of interest that their kids have, then they're going to have much more quality family time.
Well, that's why
Instead
the
of just
Wii was
stunning-
such a big hit because it was marketing. Well, the marketing marketed it as something that the family could do together, and it actually ended up being something that family could do together. I remember playing bowling, Wii Sports, and stuff with my family.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, guys, I think it's a good time to wrap
We
all this
haven't
up.
finished.
Great little bow. Yeah, we have.
There's a bunch more.
No,
Yeah.
that's all I have. What do you have?
Your team is overly preoccupied with the games he plays.
Oh, and that?
There's still more.
I thought we did everything.
No?
Oh.
We're not done yet.
Well, shit. Take us away, Darian.
Yep, so your teen is overly preoccupied with the games he plays. This can be a problem at the same time if you're not willing to find out what your teens are interested in, then you don't deserve to have their time. And that's an important thing, and it's important to realize that you have to change.
I don't know. Honestly, I think it's just a fact of life right now that kids aren't going to get along with their parents because or teens won't get along with their parents.
That's not always true, though.
No, right now, I think that it is true for a lot of people because different societies, I mean, we changed so much from when they were kids that they didn't adapt. And I think for right now, a lot of the adults won't understand games and why kids play them.
And that doesn't have to be, though. I mean, lots of parents, even now, can relate to their kids and play games with their kids.
Listen to this. This crushed me real quick. Yes, certain individuals on YouTube can make a living playing Minecraft or Call of Duty.
Oh.
But your teen will probably not be one of them.
Yeah, your teen probably will not be one of them.
Fuck you, guy. You can be whatever we want to be.
That's so pessimistic.
Mommy said so.
That's my biggest problem with this. He's pessimistic.
Like, screw him. I'll be whatever the hell I want to be.
He's like, he assumes that the kids playing games are at fault. And
honestly, a lot of people make money off of YouTube. And I've already stated before, I think, in video, my reason for wanting to do YouTube. But if you want to do YouTube because you want to make money off it, more power to you. And honestly, it's a viable thing. You just have to do it, right? It's very hard. You got to put the time into it, but it's possible.
there's a lot of luck involved.
Well, luck, and
But
then there's
doesn't mean
knowing
you
the
should
technical
try.
side and everything. But fuck that guy for saying that they can't do it. Like, you could do whatever you want to do, okay?
Yeah, but be who you want to be, right?
Yeah.
And that's the tough thing because a lot of people will fail.
Well, yeah,
Like,
here's
that's
the way.
The important thing is just to try another thing.
Here's
Keep
the thing
going.
I always think about, though, is all these people out there can do these things. Like, when I think about, like, okay, I want to learn how to, I don't know, draw. Thousands of people know how to draw. Thousands of people can draw very well.
Yeah.
Why can't I? We're both humans. Both have brains. Both can learn knowledge.
But you can definitely draw. And the problem is that you'll try to compare like somebody to somebody else, and then you'll be like, oh, this is bad and this is good, but a lot of things are just different and not necessarily better or worse.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
There's
But
a lot of artists who don't necessarily draw like crazy realistic, but it's still good, you know, it's still awesome and it's still worthwhile.
yeah, I know what you're saying.
Complicated.
But my point is just that, like, other people can do it, so there's no reason you can't do it. So get out there and try.
there's a lot of things that you can't do. I'm not gonna be like one of those people who's like you can do anything you want to do.
Honestly, I don't see why that.
There's just a lot of factors, socioeconomic. If you don't have enough money, you're not going to be able to
get money
to do certain things. Yeah, you need to get money.
Yes,
and then
which is possible. You can do it. There's more factors than luck involved in it. If you're smart with your money, it's not that hard.
I agree. You can get to a certain level. Anyone can get to a certain level.
You have the means as a human to do whatever you want to do. That's my opinion, because it just takes adapting and learning new things and trying them out. That's all, in my opinion. Like, one guy got rich, so why can't you? What's stopping you?
Oh, I agree with that. I mean,
he did it, so
not everybody's going to be able to get rich, though.
Not everyone, but there's a possibility for it, and if you really strive for it, I mean, what's the point in not trying for it?
There's definitely. I'm not trying to say that you shouldn't try to do what you want to do. That's not what I'm trying to say. But like, not everybody's going to be rich, and that's just a fact.
Well,
if everyone was rich,
I'm not sticking on being rich. I'm talking about anything that they want to do.
Yeah.
Sure, everyone wouldn't mind being wealthy, but not everyone wants to be rich, Some people want to be artists, some people want to be doctors.
And there's lots of circumstances that you just can't control. Like, you can get in an accident and just be destroyed, or you can get cancer. And
but once you give up on your dreams, it becomes your fault, in my opinion.
Yeah, I can agree with that. And it's a cool thing to talk about. I like that you have a little bit of different opinion here.
Oh, stop. Maybe we should go get our brains scanned.
We might be in
love.
We're in love.
It's like they come out, like, doctor comes out. Mr. Plot, Mrs. Plot, your child's in love.
Like, with whom?
Oh no. I never thought this day would come.
I'm so excited. He's in love with the man.
Well,
and then just like crushed.
What son? What son are you talking about? Oh, the one we just disowned? Oh.
What son? I don't know. And that's another thing. The whole thing about homosexuality is just super taboo to older people, right?
Yeah, that's a whole other story, but yeah, it's an example of people being stuck in their ways. Yeah,
when there's no reason to be, there's nothing that makes gay people different or worse, and that's
not because they're gay, but I mean, some of them are bad. Yeah, honestly, flamboyant people. I don't like flamboyant gays. Honestly, I just don't like.
There's nothing wrong with that. You can have an opinion, and
they flaunt it, and I just don't like it.
And there's bad people whether they're gay or not, and there's good people whether they're gay or not. That's the thing that people ignore, is that people can be good and happy and successful even if they are gay.
Yeah. All right. Well, is there anything I'm missing before I wrap this up?
No, there's still more.
Okay.
You want this to end, don't you?
No, I'm just we don't want to go too long, We don't want to be 3 hours.
How long have we gone here?
We've gone an hour.
Oh, well darn. Anyway, yeah. Well, your teen spends a lot of money on games. Well, every gamer does. So. And
that's any hobby. People spend money on it. Get over it.
Yeah. Anyway. Why do they consider games to not be a legitimate hobby? And then there's your teen's gaming has caused significant problems across the important areas of his life. This is one that I agree. This is a problem.
What do you down here?
If it's disrupting your schooling,
yeah.
Getting along with other people, then it's definitely a problem.
Yeah, I agree. But
then again, what is this problem stemming from? That's an interesting
usually
topic.
gaming is used as an escape from something in reality that
like,
they don't want to think about or
a lot of the
with.
time it's the parents who are causing this because they're
It may be the parents. They may be bullied at school, but it's not gaming there's a reason that they get addicted to gaming because there's something they're running away
it
from.
even says here that it's a form of self-medicating.
Yeah.
So they use it as an escape, like you said, for abusive parents or bullies or something. But it's definitely not a bad thing. It's a good thing. It's an outlet, and it helps people cope.
Yeah, but being letting it get out of control can be a bad thing. But
Yeah, but what's the
falls on the
worst?
parent.
I mean, what's the worst of two evils? Like getting addicted to cocaine or getting addicted to video games?
Yeah, I would rather my kid be home playing video games than out drinking and driving, that kind of thing.
Exactly. It's just, is it a really
I'd rather
big
not
problem?
have a kid. Let me say that first off.
If you're a caring and loving parent and you've tried your best and your kid is still addicted to video games,
Just
Should
shoot
you-
them. Just get rid of them.
should you really be so worried about it if they're not really harming themselves or others?
I honestly, take away his internet, take away his computer. If your kid's addicted to video game, just shut it down. Get rid of it. Take them to therapy.
That
That's
is
what I
definitely
say.
a good way of dealing with it.
Yeah. That's what I think they need. They need to be taken off the computer. They
Cold
need to go
turkey.
deal with their problems.
Cold turkey, because there's definitely a problem that's starting this.
There's no withdrawal that's going to happen from taking them away from video games. No chemical thing.
They're going to
fixed.
have like crazy chemical withdrawals, like in their brains, and they're
In
gonna
the-
have tantrums and everything.
brains with all the science.
And it's gonna be crazy. But I feel like that's probably the best way to deal with it if you've tried everything else.
Well,
Your kid's gonna hate you, but then
yeah.
they're gonna hate you for you trying to help, and they'll realize that later.
Well, I think for the fourth time now, it's time to end this parade.
Yo, I'm not done, Kyle. No, okay, let's
I'm not done, Kyle.
We're done. 1 hour
All
and
right.
8 minutes.
Sorry, guys, but we gotta go. We don't want to make this a super long video.
I don't know if you
We
even
will-
watch this or if you're this far.
You will. Thank you for watching this far.
Thank you. If you hear this, I love you.
Mwah. Anyway, we'll see you guys next week on Nerd News with Major Munchies. No, Mr. Balloon.
I won't be here. I'm still not here. I'm part of your subconscious, remember?
Yep. You're all in my head.
Okay.
Anyway,
Yep.
see you guys next time. Bye.